There is nothing fun I cannot possibly imagine. And there is nothing fun I cannot possibly imagine. And there is nothing fun I cannot possibly imagine. Look, babe. The mignon of love.
So unadvanced.
The basic race education he received in high. You could have used this opportunity to take solace from.
Damn, Jean. How would...
Was there an out of this for you with success? Or was the rhetoric game rigged? I can't.
The Coppernado is back. What do you want? What's that, Copper?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. God, poor lady. Don't.
Hey, wasn't Everard's beat team...
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. You're fucking with me.
Sure did, boss. Heard him...
Well, at least I can see you got it back. If you have any questions... Auntie LaPlante, we always called her.
Marianne, amigo.
Be anything else you wanted to know? Was? Like before. Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years.
Us kids? That must have been ages ago. She was better then. The children kept her together.
Get wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, she...
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig? Yeah.
Whatever, Cole. Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night.
No problem, old cop man.
Sure enough, we're the re-
Yeah?
Is there more monster? Where's the island? I don't understand where I can find the island. That's nice. Determine where the shopkeeper. Door open. Sorry, I'm looking for where to get how to get to the island because I don't know what island they're talking about. Okay, let's go down. Wow.
man. How can I help you now?
The encroaching doom is golden. Your tequila sunsets. You have what's there not to want? It's got range, meaning.
Yeah, a name's the kind of shit that can kill a man. Mañana's a good name in that regard.
The cover of this. What an on the inside jacket flap, you find a brief summary. This brief look, TM, introduces readers to one of this century's most. You turn to the table of contents. The guide itself is known to his numerous admirers as the evangelist during his unparalleled and yet his most fascinating contribution to history may be the most overlooked. If you're like most people, you probably believe that your thoughts reside in your brain. That's not right at all. Thoughts don't exist in the brain. They float through the air. Your brain is but a fish swimming through them. Very interesting. And not so far removed from Ingus Nielsen's own theory. As Mazov's devoted comrade and leading theoretician, Nielsen was responsible for developing during his final years in exile. He produced, among other things, an early guide to a true man of ideas, equal to any of but one subject he returned to time and time again. We may yet discover, he wrote in his notebooks, that under certain exceptional circumstances, the proletariat's embrace of historical materialism may be so fervent that their beliefs take form in the world of matter as a kind of revolutionary plasm.
这游戏很好玩，其实可以玩。我接下来可能会玩那个中文版的，再玩一次。只是，就是它有中文字幕，这些字是中文的。只是我现在自己先玩英文版。
Stay with us a moment longer. What's more, unfortunately, Nielsen passed away before he was able to building on Nielsen's basic insight. These theorists reached a startling conclusion that a sufficiently revolutionary state might begin to exhibit certain extra-physical effects based on the amount of plasm generated by its correct, though certain particulars of the theory are commonly attributed to Nielsen himself. The actual theory is highly technical. That's because this is no. There's something here. You can feel inframaterialists divide the extra-physical effects of the revolutionary state by the level at the lowest. Or first, to take one example, during the revolutionary period, many communard farmers in Grad, the difference in these yields was simply too great to be accounted for by mere climate or soil conditions. Even today, in parts of the SRV, there are collective who's to say the farmers aren't just cooking the books. Sounds like it's also been postulated that plasm may account for the remarkably full and manly facial hair observed on some communist male. Of course, inframaterialists argue that in fact, reports from the revolutionary period claim that the most radically devoted communards were able to engage
true.
in 8 hours? There's no way. Your equipment would be mashed to jelly. No wonder the communards couldn't shoot straight. Hyper-productive vegetables and ultra-horny And on that note, you feel like you've gotten the general idea of inframaterialism. Of course you want to go deeper. The book fits quite snugly into your... You flip forward a few pages. When a community has achieved a sufficiently high degree of revolutionary fervor, inframaterialists believe at this second level, certain hyper-revolutionary individuals may even develop the ability to extend their thoughts into... Because plasm has never been directly, in other words, there's no evidence that... Why are you getting hung up on mechanisms? Open your mind's aperture just a little wider. Most inframaterialists would argue that the inability of... There you have it. A perfectly unfalsifiable meaning is hardly a theory at all. This should be more than enough for a stimulating... You must. Everyone knows. Books. You breeze through the next several sections. When a society's revolutionary fervor reaches the third and highest level, inframaterialist theoreticians, more like suggestions, according to some of the SRV's leading inframaterialists. Of course, it's impossible to say what exactly happens under these conditions. No known society has ever achieved. Some inframaterialists have even argued that it might require more plasm than humanity alone may be capable of producing. In the SRV, there have been, but as of this writing, there are numerous stories among known attempts to channel third-level capabilities. The most well-documented. It concerns an interesting series of events. According to communard law, these acolytes positioned themselves at the top of a redoubt just over the Bay of Revachol. The communards were notoriously under-equipped against the acolytes, along with the redoubt. It's been said, though, that in the weeks, of course, colorful anecdote, some have theorized that such... Did that book just say there's no place for you in this future? Others have argued that people living under third-level conditions will be immune to such infirmities as hunger. In some of his later writings, Nielsen himself speculated about the potential for an extra-physical architecture. That precisely. Nielsen observed that on the following page, you come across a few black and white reproductions from Nielsen's. Another depicts a leaning tower wrapped in a dramatic helix. The caption beneath it reads, "The Tower of History." Something about that tower looks awfully familiar. Could it be that's what the students were trying to recreate with the matchboxes? There is no more. If you'd like to read further, may we recommend a...
Hello again, esteemed officer.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes.
Wonderful board. Browbritter is a...
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends? Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Friends are technically for playing with friends, I'd recommend suzerainty. It's lousy auras there. No, role-playing. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. If you say so, but you better stay away. Wonderful choice, sir.
Buy all the things.
The display rack is brimming with mountains of it. Rows and rows of Hiamdalamen blur your vision. Maybe 100. Man, not even close. Man from Hyomdal in hell. Man, nothing of interest.
Okay. 那就这样。
In your hands, the cover features a charming illustration. The box has what treasures wait. Even before you open it, you can tell that this will be a meaty game of good thinking. It could be a collect.
Yes? Okay. Okay.
He's not the least bit curious about what you plan.
Okay, great. Imagine all the time you'll have for work now.
He turns his attention elsewhere.
What? You didn't stop at all, did you? But am I? I'll spare you another 20-hour mine project. Yes, I am. Now let's get back to work.
That's the truth.
Yes?
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say, by your command.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels.
Of course. Such violence and immorality. I'm...
Crime fiction. These books, what's not a single mention of all the stress. Shelves filled to the brim with... Shelves full of biographies of famous people.
a true cultural touchstone.
Browsing through, suddenly, high-speed love next to her, next to the...
I really...
She understands she...
I'm sorry, I did not mean to...
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and bio...
Sir, please, no, I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door.
Amidst the various... These three things, the point of the book, it serves platitude, wholeness. When it's up to your mind, the book features chapters on topic. There's even a chapter on the ancient... This is just mundane garbage. What's even paramount? The throbbing in your head. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book. The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be... The book contains descriptions of For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venig or hand group. It is, and good for the circulation too. It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been, among other benefits, it is alleged to restore. That seems improbable. Is it any more improbable than anything else that human beings put their faith in? For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries. This is exactly what you need. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligation. You close the book and return.
Indeed. Something about that book does seem... Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
Several maps. The maps look old and fat. This large map, Ozon, disintegrated. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the ocean breaks apart. Connection you have lit. Perhaps they are gods.
I'm sorry, they're quite valuable, though they might not... Yes, yes. Are you interested or not?
Okay, I think I bought everything. Big buying machine. What can I read?
Medicinal purpose. Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections. Have you taken any walks through the Pale recently? The book is frustratingly vague on this topic. Flipping through you come across the... Finally, it seems to contain descriptions of the... There are a number of zeolite tonics that promise to improve your... What you're describing is booze. You don't need it. There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, first, you need to choose a base ingredient. Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add? The ginger and aloe vera make this poultice ideal for the treatment. Would you like to try again?
Yes.
Very well. First, choose a base ingredient. Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add? The ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea will help you flush out the toxins. The ginseng should give you more energy. The very thought of this tea causes your muscles to relax and your mind. A tingle rushes down your spine, and you feel your toes uncurl. If only it could always be like this.
That's fun.
The greatest innocence. Browsing through the various your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. That's the spirit. Dolores Day.
Yeah, Dolores Day.
Incorrect. Dolores Day was the innocence of humanism. Her colors are silk. Steer clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one. A strange sensation of loss. Yes, the quiz is impersonal. No need to rouse sensations in yourself at the incorrect. Sola resigned after an assassination. Correct. Nothing much is known about him. It's not even clear that he was as the first innocence. He declared that there should be more of those like him. Question 2. Easy. Everybody knows the answer to this. You, me, anybody. An innocence is the highest category of historical personage in the world. I can do better. Okay, so commonly an innocence does not enforce his or her power through military power. Damn, Dolores. Incorrect again. Even though the words, please, relax. Incorrect. Vespa Messina is not correct. Named the innocence of militarism. Franco Negro attempted to solve. Question 3. Who was the false innocence? Yes, there exists a group called the Founding Party. There seems to be a mix. At least it clearly wasn't Dolores Day. She wouldn't be. No, stop thinking it. I said it wasn't her. She was true. Incorrect. Stepan the Despicable, Regent of Kedra. Correct. There have been a number of the most famous and important. Final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much. This is the most important. Correct. The MESC might see Franco in everything from Inter y Soler. Congratulations on finishing an F. You would have done better if you just left Dolores Day for the end.
What's going on with you? Okay.
You are shouting at an inanimate object. In your hand, you hold Dick Mullen, and the cover features a pastiche. The tagline reads, Detective Dick Mullen.
Are you really reading that, detective? That's probably for the best.
It's much more about the dark and dead. The story opens with a knock. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him in from Vespa to a small town along the Insulindian coast. Despite his friend's apparent agitation, 2 days later, Mullen is arrested. Desperate to clear his name, Mullen manages to convince the Vespa police to release him for 3 days so that Mullen may solve his friend's murder and prove his innocence.
What's the matter, detective?
The lieutenant shrugs, resigned to the... Of course, Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole premise of the book. Anyway, Mullen returns to the seaside bar where Spillane was... Deneuve reveals that she was Spillane's lover, and that he was mixed up with a local... Not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, outwardly, the old... He would certainly have the motive and the means. But one evening, Deanna Deneuve comes to Mullen's hostel room. As the two lovers share a... I love you. Always aim for the... Whatever it is, Mullen never hears the words. A blow... When Mullen comes to, Deneuve is dead on the hostel bed next to him. Mullen trashes his blood-stained clothes. The heat is on. Can you solve the case before the cops close in? What is it, detective? It's a dangerous line of work. There was never a time when he wasn't a detective. He was born a detective. For a moment, you won't find the answers you're looking for here. Is it really so evil, detective? Then, why are you still here? It sounds like you're... But then, what does this book... So, who did it, detective? Who killed Charlie Spillane and Deanna Deneur? Could be. Who knows? You begin furious. You try to grab the page. Dozens of pages scatter across the floor. The last fifth or so.
Ah, yes. The problem, perhaps this is a sign that you should...
In your hand, you hold 4/5 of Dick Mullen and the... Jamais vu. Derealization.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure there aren't mosquitoes.
Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half...
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Is it melted? Sorry.
This orange machine is dead.
I'm gonna get some diamond. Getting close. Oh, somebody just joined. Hi. Hi. This thing.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Oh no. Oh.
You managed to hoist it off the ground. But see? This place is cursed.
Proper weightlifting gloves would definitely afford a better grip.
I don't have any gloves.
Bent metal, broken glass. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter. Look, there's a discarded milk carton on the floor. Why don't you destroy that, too? You're right. The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Do I have? Where's that equipped out of the? Sure. It's jacket, right? Jacket. Where's the jacket? Pants. Shoes.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master. You managed to hoist. See? This place is cursed.
Weightlifting was never my favorite either. At the station gym, I mean. I prefer running. It clears.
Oh, it's you again. Of course. Tell me. Ah, yes, the Wirrow.
Ice, death.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well. Great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else? I'm sorry. I'm a bit overloaded just now, so I can only produce 1 dye per customer. Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye?
Aside from getting naked,
I should get more alcohol and go back to the fishing village. Then the fun will really begin. No. I don't know. I sometimes just say things.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really...
a small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear a colorful...
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Do I have any?
The tear machine stand. Your bottles clunk into the machine. You're 100% sure you got special Hobocop money for that tear. At least 100% extra tear money. If the numbers on the machine...
Is this
a colorful...
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. Here you go, mister.
I'm gonna drink this.
Well, hello, pale-aged vodka. This is real. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this up. Fine. We're not worried. Yes, it's merciful that way. Not all of us.
You've passed up your chance to start drinking alcohol for now. But don't worry. The option to start...
Tequila, my jacket?
A look of consternation.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila? Rosemary,
Oi, that's the jacket you stole 2 weeks ago.
that's disgusting. I've never done anything like that.
It becomes abundantly clear to you. I'm calling it. It's neurological.
That shit is so medium concept.
It's an okay jacket, if you are into that look.
Can't really remember
He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Of course. Drink first. Let me see. This last one is the most... I've never heard it mentioned outside of here. At first, I thought it was a joke, to be honest. But I've been on the coast 8, 9 months? No, Tequila. Most people... Magic animals? No, man. Hey! All kinds. I've seen archaeologists, gangsters, even a bunch of ad agency types. I'm telling you, Tequila, you know, obsessive types. Some of those expeditions come back after... The first time I saw one of these expeditions, I'm not even sure I should be telling you this story to be perfectly... Okay, fine, I'll tell you. There was this designer. His exact name is lost to history, but in life, he was a... Anyway, sometime later, he started his own personal studio here in Martinez. And that's when he started working on some really wild stuff. I'm talking some glass-smooth, forward-looking design language, the kind of thing that would totally overthrow the old regime, design-wise.
A paradigm-shattering revolution.
But then, something turned. You see, you know Tequila, knows...
The kids on the street
Sinus Salt...
can't see, for its popular...
Along with a number of more benign street names. Blow, of course. He's talking about cocaine.
Shit, yeah, Tequila. You've got to understand. Now, as you might imagine...
Right, wrong. Do it all the time. All day, baby.
Hey, Tequila, pay attention. Apparently the idea was too high concept even for this genius. He dropped dead. I know, Tequila. But the story doesn't end there.
That's almost certainly wrong again, nerd.
That's right. 250 grams of blow had a There are those who believe the designer was buried with the
cocaine skull.
The cocaine skull. Here's the kicker. This designer, that's why he brought his studio here. Back to where it... Or probably further down the coast, or...
No, my grandma always...
This is ludicrous. And
Now, detective. My only question is, where does one get a shovel?
The archaeologists say they want to put it in a museum.
Bullshit. They just want to snoop.
I'm pretty sure they all...
And why wouldn't they, eh? Sounds like right strong stuff.
Don't listen to him, or his grandma.
No, my grandma told me. I've heard...
Or maybe it's in the air. Or
in a pyramid? Now that would be something.
They're pretty vague about it in general. The archaeologists act all official about it. The junkies, for some reason, are pretty upfront about it.
Honest men on an...
By now, I'd say I know about as much about it as anyone on the Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What?
For one, the way is blocked by that big lorry that says Delta Logistics Company on it. And second, outfitting an expedition like that is expensive. It's just not feasible with...
I have to agree. Besides, it would look extremely bad for the RCM to be caught up in something.
What are you talking about? Don't give up.
Your loss?
That's all right. We've got plenty of adventures for one.
Not that I can think of, currently. That might be the case.
Okay.
Okay, so murder weapon. So I guess I can go for the...
I've been meaning to have a little chat with you. It's just, well, you look more...
That's right. You're an entrepreneur of the piece. Here...
Then maybe you should change your... You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world. Let's not get a war. Anyway, we should...
No.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's a... Oh? Who? Okay. Oh. Yes, that's the Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with? Not much. Something.
So...
No.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking. She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Wait. I spoke to the...
This isn't just glass. These are, yes, filament memory.
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall. The rest of the building seems to have these? No.
All you'll find here, the how was a close, the why is easy, because they hadn't come. Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
the voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. Doesn't wish to hurt you. Not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways. No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Really now? Check.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your...
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you'll hear blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my...
Right behind you, officer.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations.
Sounds like she knew someone who used to man one of those stations.
So, what we are experiencing...
Precisely. This is an industrial... At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose.
The pale? It's the end of the world. I built it myself.
And she's proud of it too.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that.
Oh yeah. Way beyond. No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine. Yeah, let's not talk about that shit.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not the cops.
If you've got something really important to say...
Turn this...
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barrel front loader. Well, it doesn't feel much better. But just keep her talking, and you'll get through this. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted, be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while. So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my...
As opposed to the other knives she's finding there now. Hardy for one.
Not anymore, no. This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked...
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first. Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Titus and his boys, man. They told us you were on the coast.
Well, fuck. Those guys liked me, I know it.
A dull despair.
How the fuck do the rest of you get by?